You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Welcome to Loudmouth Radio Network. My name is Sunny. As a former professional athlete turned entrepreneur realtor and the producer of Loudmouth Radio Network, I look forward to bringing content to you that empowers, inspires, and entertains you. Tune in each week as we have unscripted and unfiltered talks from entrepreneurship, real estate, politics, entertainment, comedy, LGBTQ topics, day-to-day life, and everything in between. All shows available on demand 24/7 on your favorite podcast platforms.
Hi, I'm Hector Calvillo of J&H Automotive, located at 611 West Florida Avenue in Hemet, California. We are a full-service automotive repair shop where you can always expect to receive the highest quality repairs, fairest pricing, best customer service in the industry. My brother George and I grew up watching our dad work on classic cars as a backyard mechanic. His hard work ethic and dedication led us to opening up J&H Automotive in 2009. We started out with a 500 square foot repair shop, and we have consistently grown over the past 15 years to our new 10,000 square foot repair facility in the heart of Hemet. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Call 951-766-5999 to set an appointment for all your automotive service needs.
San Jacinto, Temecula Valley areas, and throughout the Inland Empire. Are you looking to become a homeowner in 2024? Register today for the New Home in the New Year seminar hosted by Sold by Sunny. Let's get you from rental to homeowner in the new year. Get the latest insight of down payment assistance programs, whether you purchased a home before or purchasing for the first time. We want to make sure you're provided with the necessary information needed for you to buy your new home in 2024. Look forward to seeing you there.
Hello, my name is Takasha Smith. I'm the owner of Takasha's Kitchen, based out of Menifee, in the Southern California area. As a chef and caterer, I provide private cooking classes, couples dinners, and private parties. As a female pitmaster, I am able to create a personalized experience for your family reunion gatherings. I create menus based on my clients' needs to have a more personal vibe. You can find Takasha's Kitchen on all social media networks such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and my YouTube channel at Takasha's Kitchen. And that's spelled TACASHAS Kitchen, KITCHEN.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
All right, so we are live on Loudmouth Radio Network, and we're having an opportunity to interview another amazing entrepreneur. And today, my very special guest, I have Ms. Wanda of Divine Visions Catering that is based out of the Metro Atlanta area. Welcome to Loudmouth Radio, Ms. Wanda Miller.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Wonderful, honey. So I got some good little info. I'm going to share a little bit about you to our listeners, and then I want to give you an opportunity to elaborate on your services and what you're offering to your area there. But excuse me, I have Ms. Wanda Miller, who's the head of sales and marketing in regards to Divine Visions, and you're handling the new client consultations, meal planning, on-site event management, with over 30 years of experience in sales, with a Bachelor's of Science in Communication Arts, right? And you're making, I guess you're the conduit that makes sure that each and every client receives a divine experience. So
that is me.
You're the heart and soul in the middle of this whole perspective, and I know that you do work with some others. So I want to give you an opportunity to give highlight to Divine Visions Catering and what you guys are doing out there in the Metro Atlanta area.
Absolutely, and thanks again for having me. Again, my name's Wanda Miller, and I'm head of sales and marketing for Divine Visions Catering. My executive chef and owner is Chef Dana Dunn, and he sends his regards. He wishes he could be here today. He has another event. But we started this venture together back in 2016 as far as Divine Visions Catering being relevant in Atlanta. And we have just merged together. I was doing event planning for Uber and Lyft at the time. He was a great private chef and event chef here in Atlanta. And we met and just let our paths merge into what it is today, which today we focus mainly on large-scale events. We do a lot of weddings, corporate events. Like all day today, I've been talking to brides. So much so I doubled up. I talked to one bride at like 8 o'clock this morning. I called her again at 3, man. And she was like, hey, we've talked today. I was like, well, I'm doing good.
Yes.
But these are, and I do feel like I'm the heart and soul of it because I care about these particular events so much, especially the weddings. To be a part of someone's day like that, their most special day. You know, the food can make or break an event. People are going to be talking about the food you had at your wedding for the rest of your marriage.
Right.
So I love being chosen for that. Yeah, I don't take it lightly. I really do make sure every guest is attended to, the bride and groom get exactly what they want, and I take my time and get their clear vision so I can help them bring that to life.
I love it. I think that for most people, when you're in the planning stages of things, you're trying to be meticulous about what you're going to offer your audience and things of that nature. And it's just certain things you don't want to skimp on, right? Especially if you're feeding people and things of that nature. You do not want to have that to be a crutch or negative situation, because that is the one thing people will talk about and have a lasting stain if you're not careful. And
absolutely.
And with you being in the Metro Atlanta area, how has it been for you guys? It's such a it's a very, as they say, sometimes a very competitive market. What is giving you guys the torch and the ability to separate yourselves from the pack?
That's a great question. It's really hard to do because there's some really great chefs and great caterers here in Atlanta, and I have a lot of them in my own personal network that I'll call on when we can't make certain events, but it is extremely saturated. And so what I've had to do is to just move us out into some outskirts of Atlanta, some outer cities, up into the North Georgia mountains, those venues where the Atlanta caterers and chefs aren't so prevalent.
Correct.
But that's really the only way. I'm on Facebook just like everyone else, the business page, when someone tags me, and I'm right there with everyone else. Well, here, call me or text me for a quote, just like everybody else on this post. It's ultra saturated. But I have found a way to move around that. And the good thing is our catering is a part of Divine Visions Catering, a very big part. But we also have our food truck, which we do Food Truck Tuesdays at a motorcycle store called Cycle Gear in Alpharetta every second Tuesday of the month. And then private chef dinners, where we'll come into your home, treat you like you're at the finest restaurant. We'll cook it there, serve you, and usually clean up your kitchen better than it was when we got there. Chef Dunn has done a lot here in Atlanta to help the homeless, and like every holiday we have what's called the Divine Give Back. So we feed the homeless, we feed needy families. That's really what we have coming up right now, besides me dealing with my brides and the food truck. And we have the Divine Give Back coming up. And so far, I think this is our 5th or 6th year, but we've fed hundreds of homeless here in Atlanta, and that's where my heart is. I think that's how Chef Dunn and I really became attached. I started getting people to donate to get his meals to give to the homeless.
Very nice.
And so it went from that to now we'll raise $5,000 or $6,000 and feed hundreds at a time.
Oh, very nice. And you know what I love about it is that you recognize the importance of giving back. And
oh my goodness!
It's not just one side of it, And I think people, I think people forget that you have to have that balance, right?
You really do. And it's the reason why I feel so overwhelmed with business today is because I know that's how that comes. You got to give it back. Like I have to put out what's given to us, especially when I see it every day here in Atlanta, especially. I remember when I first moved here, what was heartbreaking to me was just driving through Atlanta over by one of the main hospitals, Grady Hospital, and there were hundreds of homeless people just under the overpasses. And it was that day that I was like, I got to do something about this. And I had met Chef Dunn around that time, too. And so, the Uber and Lyft drivers at the airport lot in Atlanta, I made them start, like, donating to get meals so that I could feed the homeless. Like, however many meals I would get donated, Chef Dunn would match that number, and I would have double as many meals to go out on the street with. So that really is my heart. I run a ministry of my own, Wonder Woman Ministries, and
I like that.
I totally feel like I'm a hero out in these streets.
Yes.
Listen, I am such a hero. Like, I feel like the universe puts me in these positions to feed people, help people, talk to people, just give them a bright light for the day.
Exactly.
So doing these events, and especially with catering and all this, it's such a great part of my personality anyway. You know, you catch me outside of an event at my mama's house in South Georgia, and we're going to treat you the same way that I treat you if you paid me a couple $1,000s for your event. This is just how I was raised.
Right. It's just the nature of who you are. And when you're working with who you are, it's easy. It doesn't. It's not a put on. It doesn't require, for you to work outside of who you naturally are. And so people get the joy of experiencing your love carried out, in what you're providing as a service, which is amazing.
Absolutely.
Right. And I think what people don't think about is too, when you have somebody preparing things like food or a space for something that's so important to your life, you want to make sure that their spirit is in a good space, because that energy could transform into food. It could transform into the space of what you're preparing for your guests to come into. So
you're so right about that. You know, they don't call it soul food for nothing. And the way that Chef Dunn prepares, the same love that he puts into making us a 2-person private dinner on a Sunday is the same love he puts into making that 200-guest event go smoothly. And we both do. His strengths are in the kitchen. He rocks it out. I don't even try to figure out how he's going to feed 250 people today. I don't have to. He knows he doesn't have to worry about how the guests are going to be treated, that everything is going to be logistically lined up just so that everything goes smoothly. And so, as a partnership, it was just a perfect match for us to team up.
I love it, honey. I think that, at the end of the day, when people are, in your area and they're trying to make decisions of who they want to use, because, most times people are not looking at, they'll try to go through a choice, right? And they may interview or they may meet with somebody, do tastings, just those different things. Ultimately, they say people like to do business with people who they feel comfortable with. And I think it also carries over in your presentation. It carries over in your suggestions, the things that you're looking at for them to bring their vision to life, right? So there's a whole compartmented part of this that happens beyond just serving food. You can go to.
It is. I mean, and I'm so glad you touched on that part of it, because that's the part of it that I really care about. These initial conversations that I have with the brides about what their true vision is, how they want their special day to be. Oh, that's my favorite part. I asked them, how was the engagement? How did he do it? So how do you see us? Do you see us walking around passing the appetizers, or do you see us putting them stationary for your guests? Do you need this full service? Do you have a bartender as well? I'm so let me just do your day. And, we try to stay very affordable. We are not the cheapest caterer, because we do give that extra attention. And I know that extra service that we give. But,
Yeah.
We're not cheap, and we do try to work with, but we're not, the most expensive. We try to work with people. That's what I always ask is, what's your budget? Like, where are you?
Right.
And then let me suggest to you, what's gonna really work and make your vision, fit your pocketbook as well.
Right. So you can conform certain things to see if you can meet in the middle, kind of.
Absolutely.
So
because on our website we have certain rates per person and certain suggested menu items. Everything is laid out on our website. We make it very easy. We don't hide prices or anything like that. I've heard from some people that some caterers do, but we have everything right there for you. But if there's something that you want, we had someone come to us and all they want is a Mediterranean spread, and we're having to create a spread, falafels, and, everything that they want on their Mediterranean spread. None of that is on our website. So, we will help you just create your own divine vision as well.
Exactly.
And, like I said, we're budget friendly. I had a lady today come to me with a very low budget for the amount of people that she wants, but what I told her was, let me suggest to you the foods that match your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Because, salmon and lobster and shrimp is going to cost us a lot more than, say, chicken and meatballs.
Correct. Absolutely.
So I can meet your budget.
Cost of food
yes.
It's such a, it's just unavoidable. And if
it really is.
Yeah, if you're feeling the pinch at your own, within your home, you can only imagine from the professional level of what those costs, those incurred costs look like. And
I know, and we hate to do it, but we've had to raise prices on our website a couple times since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And thank goodness we even made it through 2020, because that was the year that either made or broke some people, as far as our industry.
Mm-hmm.
So thank goodness making it through that. But we have seen such an increase with these prices that, it's hard to offer the same affordable prices that we used to. We've had to, and people understand. They see it themselves.
Right. Absolutely. And I think the best part about this is, like, one of the things I can really appreciate about you, Wanda, is that you guys are collaborating and you're bringing your skill sets and resources together. Because, in fact, you have Divine Visions Catering, and then your chef have their own right to passage as far as his platform, and then your appeal and open and willingness to pass the torch if you're not able to provide the services, that you give recommendation of others who you could suggestively point someone to direction to. So I think that just makes, and I think it speaks highly of the character of the personality behind the business and what you guys are coming from, and I feel like you're giving individuals what most times we forget, which is options. When people want to do business with us, it's a blessing, because they can choose different.
That's so true, and I truly believe we have to fan each other's flames. Like, that's one of my mantras. You fan my flames, I'm going to fan your flames. Like, we can only burn brighter when we do that. And I, like, my own personal company is Wanda Woman Productions, event planning. I broker vendors for events. If you need a bartender, a caterer, a DJ, whatever you need, I can broker them, have them there at the event, doing what they're supposed to be doing on the day of. And so when COVID hit in 2020, we had to do something to stay relevant. So we started a online cooking show called Sip and Cook with Me, starring Chef Dunn. And we have all of those shows on our Instagram page. You can go back and watch some of them. But on that show, every single episode, I would choose an entrepreneur to feature and promote for that whole week before the show, and on the show. They would actually cook the meal and sip the drink with us, live on Facebook and Instagram and all those platforms. That's really important to me. Like,
nice.
That is too how I burn brighter. I have a lot of people in my network who lift me up because I lifted them up, So like we said, it all balances out. You got to give to receive these blessings that we're that we're receiving.
Absolutely.
And I love sharing my platform. I'm a really friendly person, one of those people who doesn't meet a stranger. So I do have magically a huge network on, like Facebook. So I love putting people on that platform. And if it can help you, if somebody on my page can buy something from this person, great. And Chef Dunn and I both do that. He's a great promoter and motivator as well in our industry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I told you the very last time we spoke that we recently teamed up with a private school in Roswell.
Oh, very nice.
So now every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're providing school lunches, and they get 2 options every day.
Oh, you guys don't went fancy.
For 3 different schools. I know. That was exciting. That was an out-of-the-blue situation that kind of was just, we were blessed with. But it's things like that makes me just keep pushing, keep doing the right thing for people. One thing about our business, and we've always held true to it, is we treat people the way we want to be treated. I know that's simple. My mama told me that a long time ago, but I held true to it.
Right.
And that's just what we do.
I love it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's just a representation of how you've carried yourself and how you've sustained that level of integrity, and it shows up, and then those opportunities come from that because you have stayed the course of things. And I think being in an area like Atlanta, there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of people that are out there doing different things, and so you want to be able to know that you are staying in alignment with what you say you are, what you truly mean, and trusting that the universe will give you the right people in your path, And so as you guys progressively continue to keep growing, Wanda, what is one of the things that you would say for someone that is looking at your industry or starting up or looking to progress their business in a way that you guys have had?
That's a good question. I would say you do have to have a lot of faith and perseverance. It's going to be tough. Yeah. And especially if you choose to step out on that limb of letting whatever you're doing in your entrepreneurship support your whole life.
Yes.
It's one thing to be, steady in a job and doing, your entrepreneur thing on the side, but it is a serious situation when you choose your passion, your dream to support your livelihood. And so those are some hard times. I won't ever sugarcoat it. Sometimes it's like, so when is that next dollar coming?
Okay.
So
like, wait a minute now, wait a minute.
Wait. So when's the last time I booked the weddings? Well, wait. Those times come. But it's so rewarding.
Ain't nobody in love. They just don't come on.
It's so rewarding though, and like I said, the biggest advice I could give is if it's something you want to do it. Get out your way. Get out of your own way.
Yes.
Stop giving yourself excuses. Stop being afraid of big success. And I say big success because I was speaking with a girl the other day, and she was telling me she wanted to be an event planner. She said, I have a mentor, and she's teaching me how to do things. She said, now, this lady does it on a big scale. Now, I'm not trying to do all that. And I stopped her right there. I said, why aren't you trying to do all that? Made her realize she's scared of being hugely successful. Right. And that's a bigger problem than being scared to fail.
Correct.
So don't be scared to succeed. Don't be scared to fail.
Yes.
You're going to do it all. But as long as you keep moving, and you know when you get off track. You know when you're off track, when you're doing stuff that's not on your purpose.
Yep.
You over here dabbling in something and it got nothing to do with your success.
And feeling compromised.
So as long, stay, and I'm speaking to myself. As I'm preaching this right now, I'm preaching to myself because I have to tell myself this all the time. Stay on your path.
Yes.
Keep pushing. Don't give up. Have faith that if your heart's in it and you want it and you're putting the steps in to make it happen, it's going to happen.
It will. Because when you least expect it,
Yeah, it might not come exactly when you want it. It's not going to come how you want it either. It's definitely not going to come how you want it, how you specifically wrote it out.
Right.
Because I didn't write any of this out like this. I thought I was going to get this man to make some meals so I can go over there and either sell them to the Uber Lyft people or I can take them to the homeless. That's all I saw right then.
Wow.
Let me help people. And now we are, we're doing okay.
Unfolding.
As far as I don't have to put as much effort into, always making posts, always, marketing, putting out flyers. And it's like the word of mouth and what I've done over the last 4 or 5 years as far as just being steady.
When nothing else will, honey.
Yeah, now it's starting to come back. So like I say, don't give up. Keep pushing it. If you want it, keep pushing for it.
Absolutely. I love it. And for you, what would you say is a goal for you guys over the next year? Like, what is it that you kind of have on the forefront that you guys would like to accomplish at this point?
Well, I know one of the big things is absolutely going to be the weddings in North Georgia. I have signed us up with about 4 or 5 new venues, and so we are their preferred caterer. And so I already have several weddings already booked for 2025. I know that's going to be huge. And then
say that again.
What's that now?
I was going to say, repeat that again.
I was just saying our 2025 is going to be huge with the weddings because we have signed on with several venues in North Georgia as their preferred caterer. And so they've already sent us brides for 2025. So I know that's going to be huge, a huge part of what we're doing for next year. The other part, of course, our food truck is something that will be huge next year. This year, we kept it pretty local. Next year, we will be out doing festivals and things like that.
That's what
I feel that's where we're going to be with that. As far as the Divine Give Back in our ministry, a huge thing happened for us. GoFundMe recognized our company and our city, Marietta, Georgia, which is just outside of Atlanta, as one of the most, for 2 years in a row, we were the most giving city in the country. And then I think this past year we're in the top 3. And our fundraiser is a part of the reason why they were chosen. So they honored us and took us out to dinner. The GoFundMe team came to Marietta, took us out, recognized us, and so now I'm good friends with some of the GoFundMe team members who are planning to help us this upcoming year with the Give Back, and so I know that's going to be really huge for us too. I'm going to be able to do that fundraiser on a level that we haven't been able to do it at yet. So I don't even know how that's going to work out, but I'm really excited about being connected with GoFundMe with our Divine Give Back fundraiser.
Oh, that's huge. That's that goes to show you that you showed up, you're doing the work, and it just comes back to bless you, And I think that for those who are in this industry, actually in any industry right now, the world is changing so drastically. And I think we're learning, people have, at one point, I think the addiction of social media has kind of flipped, and people realize that the things that you may see in that space is not necessarily what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're realigning again with having, face-to-face and more intimate contacts again, which is what I enjoy. And I think that it's important that we don't lose that as a society. And those who I think are showing up and doing the right thing, they will be rewarded. And it just sounds very clear that is the path in which you guys have decided to take and walk, and that it's coming back now to reward you for being true to who you say you were and doing the work.
I totally agree. I really have to just totally agree with you. Divine Visions Catering has brought into my life and his life something that we would not have experienced without, doing this work that we do for people. The connections that I've made through catering certain events, feeding certain people in their homes, it's there's some connections that they are priceless to me.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I can imagine. And as you guys continue to progress, and I know that you're going to we'll get into the part of the year of the holiday parties and stuff like that. So,
yes.
Recommendation is to consider Divine Visions Catering for your holiday parties. We're coming up to the Thanksgiving holiday soon. Like, I can't believe how fast it has already started accelerating. But it
really is.
Yeah, we're at the last quarter of the year. We're coming into the last quarter of the year. And, this is the time you want to make decisions of who you want to choose in that space. And I think that it's very clear that you guys are able to handle the influx. And I definitely suggest that you connect with them now. Ms. Wanda Miller is your contact. Put that in.
Absolutely. And we do on our website have our holiday menu already up. So we do a sort of non-traditional and traditional items on our holiday menu. And that's what has me already thinking about the Divine Give Back, is that the Thanksgiving and Christmas rush is already coming. Mm-hmm. So we normally do that. We'll have several orders and we deliver full meals. So we'll bring you the full turkey, ham, dressing,
the whole spread,
beans, everything that you want, and for your family, so you don't have to cook. The convenience of that has just been awesome for some people. I've heard over these last couple of years that we've done that.
Yeah, so they're fading away from cooking all day, all night, and
I've noticed that some children are doing it for their parents. Like, the most orders that I've had here in the last couple of years is a child who does not want to see their mom slaving over the stove all the holiday this year.
Yeah.
So they have us come and deliver and set it up. Sometimes we set it up. Sometimes we just drop off the pans. And, everybody just gets to sit around and enjoy each other and have fun on the holiday without being so tired afterwards.
The laboring.
Yes.
Just the laboring.
Just let us do that. We're used to it.
Right. Child the prepping and the cutting and dicing and preparing for baking, and girl, I remember those days. I don't necessarily, you gotta want to still do them, and for those, you give a great option that you do not have to. So even the fast food places have caught on. Popeyes with their initiatives now with their turkeys. And I remember we did that one year, and I was like, well, weren't y'all supposed to cook the turkey? Wasn't that the point? I was like, okay, ever again, So, Wanda, I just want to thank you for taking the time out and giving just a snippet of what you guys are able to provide as a service and as a viable part of the community in the Metro Atlanta, which is a huge market. You got 52 counties in Metro Atlanta surrounding.
And we travel too.
Yeah.
So we go out of state. We're everywhere.
Yes. And that willingness makes a huge difference, because I know destination weddings and all those types of things are happening more. Corporate events, people are doing more retreats, all kinds of different things. So I definitely would suggest that you connect with the Divine Visions Catering team and map out what you want to do for your next event. And I think you'll be in great hands.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. Before we go, would you please let people know how to find you? Social media, website, email, whatever contact information that they need to get to you.
Absolutely. We are Divine Visions with an S Catering. And so we are at Divine Visions Catering on Facebook, Instagram, all over social media. Our phone number is 678-224-1538. And our website is www.divinevisionscatering.com. So if you just remember Divine Visions Catering, you got me all across the board.
Hey,
and we are here to help you out with any of your catering, private chefing needs. That number calls directly to me.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Wanda. I appreciate your time. I'm so glad we finally had an opportunity to do this. We've had you in the schedule, the worst. We had to reschedule a couple times, and I know that as always, this is probably even better time period now than ever as we're starting going through the season. And I want to thank you for your time, honey, and thank you so much. And I wish you guys the most success and a money-making year, remainder of the year.
Thank you. Speak it, sister. I appreciate that.
Yes. All right.
And thank you, too, for having us again. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you guys. And for those who may not hear this segment at the divine time that we'll load up the content, it is accessible 24/7 on demand on your favorite podcast platform, and you have an opportunity to hear this playback at any time. And Wanda Miller, it's been a joy.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
What up, everybody? This is Sonny, your loudmouth of comedy. I got something to share with you guys. You listening? Check it out. Sonny's Loudmouth Comedy Presents is coming to what? Shooters Bar and Grill of Temecula. We're doing comedy and karaoke every third Wednesday live comedy event, right? We're doing open mic, featured comics, and we're topping it off with karaoke. Now, this is the best part. I need you to get your tickets. We're doing advance tickets and table reservations. We're not doing anything at the door, which means you need to get your tickets. And you need to go to where? loudmouthcomedy.com. That's LOUDDMOUTH, loudmouthcomedy.com, all together. Get your tickets. Tell the homies. You can get you some reservations for tables, seating. Also, listen, if you are a comic, or maybe you do spoken word, or you might sing or something like that, you want to take part in the open mic, I need you to go to loudmouthcomedy.com and get your opportunity to get registered and signed up for the open mic. It's limited spaces. Don't let me tell you I didn't tell you ahead of advance. Now you gotta do this in advance, right? And you need to be registered well in advance, okay? So you need to go to loudmouthcomedy.com. Uncontrollable laughter, great food, drinks, and a comfortable atmosphere. I can't wait to see ya.